Hey Jack and Ellie, this is Joel. It was sure nice to see you all again today. Lewis, it was great to see you. So this is that first swing, Ellie, from the face-on angle, and you were doing the full swing on the first one over here on our left. So that looks great. You're in that balanced finish that we worked on at the beginning of the season. There you're working on your triangle. And it looks pretty good on the full swing. And then over here on the triangle drill on our right, that was the second swing you made today. That triangle looked even better as you're going through impact there. Those arms are extended. And remember, what I especially loved is look at that ball popping up in the air nicely. Yeah, so that's great to see on that one. And then over here too, you got the sweet spot. You see that ball popping up in the air very nicely there, Ellie. And so that was great to see. And then, Lewis, that was great. You reminded me about, so this is checking after you'd practiced and after I'd worked on Jack for a while. That's triangle's getting better and better there, Ellie. And see another one. And this is more the triangle swing right there. That looks even better. Right through there, Ellie. And then your dad reminded me about that setup thing. And there you look taller right there on the new blue than the one starting out on the right. There is the first swing today, but here on our left as we look at it there, you're taller in your setup, and that enables you to get back to impact, remember, at about the same posture as you started in your setup right there, Ellie. So that setup is better than what you started with today over there on our right. And remember, you had to get your hands a little higher and stand a little farther from the ball, and the inflection needs just a little more to not look like the hunchback. Alright, and then Jack, after I worked on Ellie, I started working on you. The good news is that you were right around that plane line again beautifully. On the money, through the top of your left shoulder, parallel to the plane line. In your finish, and the club head was right on the plane line on the downswing as we saw on the right. But then remember, that was indeed last lesson when we worked on not taking the club back so far. There you go. That looks great. The new blue compared to the old gold. And the next one that I recorded was really good again. And I think the next one I recorded, you went back a little too far. Yeah, so that's a little too much there. So, what you want to remember there from what we did today, Jack, is how good this looked. Right there. I like that a lot there, man. Right around parallel. Beautiful. And then remember, from this down the line angle, took that club back a little too far. And then when you get above the plane line, remember, as a rule, you will tend to miss it on the heel, just like we saw here. Remember, I magnified it for you so we could see it real well. Got it right back toward the heel there. That's right after you made contact. And remember, it usually is going to twist on us, and sure enough there, it twisted a bunch on you. The club was actually upside down. And then remember, that one had a slice on it, where most of these others that you'd been hitting the last couple times I've seen you, because you've been dead on that plane line so beautifully, have been those elegant draws going out there, Jack. Like that right there, what you started with today. So keep it on that plane line, but then go ahead and just make sure that you keep that club back parallel right there instead of going back quite that far there. That'll be great for you. And then also I want you to remember that Lewis, again, those fantastic questions you've asked about, you know, kind of how much to give Jack and Ellie when they're out there practicing is a very good question. And so here's Taylor. This is, again, about 2.5 years ago when he's 11 years old. And you're about to see him hit this green 10 times with his 6-iron from about 100 yards away when he was about 11 years old. And again, as I mentioned to you in our lesson today, Lewis, there are about 1 million things wrong with his swing there. But because he's doing enough things correctly, and because he's hit a lot of balls and practiced a lot, as we talked about with Jack and Ellie today, he's able to get a whole lot of good shots in there. That one's dancing onto the green there. But almost more importantly, when he misses it, it's still a good enough ball flight to end up with a putter or chip for his next shot. That one's up toward the flag there. And so again, Lewis, I really think that the key to long-term improvement, especially for the juniors, is to not worry about things that aren't that relevant to the ball flight in the short run, and find the appropriate time to make those corrections on down the road. Obviously, there's certain things going on in his swing there that are great, and those are the things that I kept encouraging when he was that age, but we didn't nitpick at every little thing that was wrong, because I think that would hurt his feels, where he couldn't stand up there so confidently like he is here, and comfortably, and just not have a bunch of technical thoughts in his mind. But instead, just stand up to it, feel that target, swing that 6-iron, and see it go in there real well. And again, those things are based on the cancer analogy and the morphine analogy. So there's that last one bouncing up right there, right toward the middle of the green there. So those are great questions, Lewis. And that's exactly a big, important topic to understand very well as we help our children keep improving as the months and years go by. There's 10 balls on the green there. That's consistency there, where you hit it well pretty often, but when you miss it, like Taylor did, I'm sure there on those 10, he missed some of them. They still ended up as being a putter or chip. And then we can keep improving that as the years go by. So thanks again, Lewis. Kathy, we'll be talking to you all soon. Jack and Ellie, that's great improvement. Keep up the good work.